Hello guys, this is Vaish. We are continuing the 2019 prelims paper analysis. 71 to 80 MCQs will be discussed here. Before this, there were 7 episodes where we have discussed already 70 MCQs, and you have to watch that. Okay, this is not a series where we'll be simply telling you the answer like 1A, 2B and all. We are telling you the technique or how to approach the questions in the exam hall. So serious aspirants will like this series, and this will help you clear the cutoff. Okay, the others who are simply wasting their time watching the videos again of other lectures or test series and sorry, not test series, it's this thing, videos and textbooks of different subjects. You will get a lot of knowledge and you will be writing excellent mains answers, but you will never clear prelims because prelims need a different skill set, okay, of elimination technique, of skipping which questions or attempting which question, which type you have to invest more time or lesser time. There's a skill set which you need to develop. Okay, so make use of this series, it will definitely help you. Regarding the 2020 students who has to give prelims now, we have made revision packs open now. These are the same test series which we have given to the 1 year batch also, but this is designed in the form of faster revision process. Okay, so these are like subject things which we usually don't give out, but because now 2 months are there and we can get more results if more students get access to these quality materials, we have opened it like this. So you can pause this and read. At the end of this video, I'll just explain 2 minutes what are these packages. Okay. And regarding our Facebook page, it has reached 5,000 page likes. Usually students who are there on our YouTube don't know about our Facebook page, most of them. So if you want daily updates or daily motivational quotes and regular future video updates and all, things will be posted here on a daily basis. Okay. And you can message me also there if you're there, not there on WhatsApp. So thank you for everyone who have liked this page. So today we'll go with the first question for the days, question number 71, a very interesting question where you will learn something new which usually other people are not telling you. This question is very easy if you know the basic meaning of what is new world and old world. Okay, like what was there in the new world and what was introduced into the old world, that is the question. So if you know or at least have a calculated guess that India will be definitely part of old world, then you can easily solve this question. Like, you know, from the Harappan time, we have cotton, wheat, etc. in India itself. Okay, it's mentioned in almost every textbook. So if you eliminate that alone, because that is not brought from new world to our world or old world. Okay, it is there here itself. So if you eliminate cotton and wheat alone, you will get the answer. That is one way of elimination technique, and you will get the answer with the knowledge you have. But now, why is this question asked? What is this thing? This new world, old world, there is exchange of items, and that is actually called the Columbian exchange. Okay, here is the definition of old world. You see, old world is the region here, Africa, Asia and Europe. There is Afro-Eurasia region, and new world is this America and Oceania. So this is the region. So you know Asia, that is India, is there in old world. Okay, so that is the basic definition if you know, and you could have solved this question. Now if you go to the Wikipedia page of this thing, Columbian exchange, because more questions can come, even though it is not fully correct, we can see this. So here if you see, there is a table itself given, old world to new world what was given and new world to old world, but here everything is not correct. Like I told, cotton, even though it is old world to new world, that is, it should be originated in our world, it is actually listed under this column. Okay, so that is a mistake in this Wikipedia page, but other things are all correct. Okay, like if you go down here, these are the domesticated animals, then here plants is there. So whatever they asked, okay, I think tobacco, rubber and something else, coffee or something they asked. Let me go back to the question. Cocoa, okay, tobacco, cocoa and rubber. So if you see here, see cocoa is here and cotton is listed here, which is wrong. And then tobacco will be there somewhere down, it's given in alphabetic order. Okay, tobacco is there. Okay, rubber is there. So this is the things which have been there in the new world and introduced into the old world, but cotton is mentioned here incorrectly. Okay, so that's what I'm telling. It cannot be fully relied upon, but there is a list at least. So next time if UPSC asks, you can just have a glance through it. Okay, because this list is smaller, the right one. So at least that one, if you have a glance, then you can eliminate options and you can answer this in case it comes in future. Okay, this page is Columbian exchange. So if you see the same thing, it's mentioned from old world to new world, colonization, they are exchanging things. Okay, right from the Christopher Columbus voyage time. So concept which maybe you have never heard. So I thought I'll show you here. Okay. Even we did not know it, we just googled it now and found out. Now question number 70, okay, there's the same thing, I copy pasted from there. Question number 72, a very easy question if you know things which are there around and if you follow regular current affairs. Okay, because here 2 out of 3 are very common things. One is Asiatic lion and one is one-horned rhinoceros, which you should know like where they are found because it's our popular animals in our country. Okay, and double hump camel, if you have traveled to maybe Ladakh and all, you will know that it is there. Okay, in Nubra Valley it is there, but it is found in India only. That is wrong. Okay, it is found in, I think, outside Middle East region also. So this second statement is wrong. Okay, this only thing. But the first statement, even though it looks extreme, like Asiatic lion is naturally found in India only, it is true, and that is repeatedly coming in news also. The lion census is there, and Gir forest is in news, because only Asiatic lion in the full world is there only in Gir forest, Gujarat. Okay, so one is actually true, which is a current affair and you should know. Second is a little difficult, but still the answer is that it is actually false. Okay, so 2, if you eliminate, B and D will go. Now you have to know whether third statement is right or wrong. So one horn rhinoceros is naturally found in India only. This is also wrong. I think it's found in India and Nepal both. Okay, yeah, India and Nepal. Okay, so that way you should get the answer as one only. Okay, we have confirmed with the answer key also of UPSC. So based on that, answer is one only. Okay, rhinoceros is found in 2 states, and you should know other things also, like what other rhinoceros are there. Like in Indonesia, there is one Javan rhinoceros and Sumatran rhinoceros and all, and they are critically endangered. They are much lesser. Like Indian one is, I think, vulnerable. So that kind of comparative things you should know, so that when UPSC asks something, you should be able to solve. Okay, so second statement is false, third statement is false, and first statement is right. Answer is one only. A very easy question if you take some logical guess and if you know current affairs. Okay, this one is one of the easiest question, but coaching institutes were telling last year that this is one of the most difficult question, because you will never study these things and all. Here the UPSC itself is giving you the clue that you have to know only the third one, which is the most popular one. Okay, like Hampi is a place which you should know because you are studying history. In history you are studying Vijayanagara Empire, which is like at least two questions every year. It comes both in prelims and mains. So the first line in Wikipedia or any textbook where you go, okay, even you take R.S. Sharma, Satish Chandra, wherever Vijayanagara Empire is mentioned, or NCRT, it will be mentioned that it's in the bank of river, this thing. Okay, Hampi capital is in the bank of river Tungabhadra. Okay, so this is a line which is there everywhere. Even like fights were happening between Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdom in both sides of this river. So that is a very common thing which you should know. And if you eliminate that alone, you get the answer directly, because 333 is there everywhere. Okay, so UPSC is expecting you to know only this. That is why they have mentioned the options like this. They are actually helping you. Okay, and there are at least, I think, 15 to 18 questions every year where this technique will work, where you eliminate one and you get the answer. Okay, I'll make one statement, you will get the answer, and I have shown enough and more examples in my previous videos. You can go and watch them. So here, if you eliminate this, you will get the answer as 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 both are true, and now what you have to do is you have to by heart these two. Okay, you have to by heart these two, because next year they may ask about these things. Okay, they will ask it. Surely they'll ask it. They have this habit, like taking the wrong answer of something and putting it in the next year. Okay, so here I've given details. So that's in the western side, and then this is again Kaveri. Okay, in Kaveri there is a distributary. Okay, you should know what is the difference between a tributary and a distributary. Tributary is a separate river which comes and joins to the main river. Okay, but distributary is something like the main river itself distributes into different branches. Okay, so one of the distributaries of Kaveri is the river near this famous place. Okay, Tiruchirappalli in around, I think, Tamil Nadu. Okay. So these are the details, and it's a very easy question if you know the basics what UPSC is expecting you to study. Okay, nothing else. Now this is a economic question, poverty, which is again options were very easy, so it could be solved easily. Like in a given year in India, official poverty lines are higher in some states than in other. Okay, so they're just asking poverty line, why it is different from state to state. So obviously poverty line, if you know anything about poverty, at least NCRT if you studied, or GST related things, you know, like how it is set and how the prices are different, how taxation is different in every state. If basics you know that the price is varying in different things. Okay, same product will have different price in different states. So the answer is price levels vary from state to state. Okay, so this is a economic thing. So NCRT, Planning Commission report, Niti Aayog report, news items, or Tendulkar committee, these are things which UPSC asked in even mains. Okay, poverty related committees. So if you know at least one of this, you will know that price is a thing. Okay, which decides this thing. Other options were also very weird things, public distribution system and GSDP and these things, and also it doesn't fit into that also. So it is a very easy question if you apply common sense, or in NCRT this was mentioned. Okay, I think I don't know whether I have taken the page here. Yeah, chapter 3. Okay, this one, poverty. Here somewhere it's there. Okay, somewhere I don't know, I forgot the page number, but in this chapter somewhere it was mentioned like the price level varies from state to state and the poverty line also varies. Okay, so now at least just by heart it, so that in next time when a twisted statement comes, you can solve this question. Okay. Now, in the context of which of the following do some scientists suggest the use of cirrus cloud thinning technique and the injection of sulfate aerosol into the stratosphere? So first thing you have to know is what are these two techniques. Okay, this is a part of something called climate engineering. Okay, climate engineering means you are fighting something climate related issue through some man-made technique. Okay, so Here, first you have to know what is cirrus clouds. There are 4 types of clouds. I have already made a video series where I'm explaining with pictures the characteristic features of all the clouds. So the cirrus clouds is just like other clouds only, but it's a higher kind of cold ice cloud. And here, both like other clouds, both reflect sunlight and absorb warming infrared radiation. Okay, this is the same as normal cloud, but what is the specialty is that the infrared absorption outweighs sunlight reflection. Okay, so more than reflection, infrared absorption is there, so resulting in a net warming effect. So that is a specialty or difference between cirrus clouds and normal clouds. It will create a net warming effect. Okay, so that net warming effect means temperature is rising. So here what they are telling, thinning the cirrus cloud. So you are reducing it. So you are reducing means obviously what you are trying to fight this warming effect. So what is this? The option, reducing the global warming. So that is the answer. So you know the basic concept of what is a cirrus cloud, you can solve this question. Okay, and this sulfate aerosol, okay, injection, that is also here mentioned. The ability of stratospheric sulfate aerosol to create a global dimming effect has made them a possible candidate for use in solar radiation management climate engineering project to limit the effect and impact of climate change due to rising level of greenhouse gases. Okay, which is again the same only, solar the temperature. Okay, so again here things are mentioned like what all is used: sulfuric acid, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide. So they again taken from Wikipedia, first paragraph only of these two methods, cirrus cloud thinning and this thing. So this is actually mains also. I think they have asked once about climate engineering, which is a very important concept for your mains also, 2020 mains also. So please prepare an answer for this. Okay, so hope it's clear. Question number 76. In the context of which one of the following are the term pyrolysis and plasma gasification mentioned? Okay, it's just asking what is it related to, and this was a straightforward question in our test also. It was in geography test, like what it is. Okay, there are terms like incineration, pyrolysis, plasma gasification, and there are a few more. I think I've mentioned here. Let me check. Okay, see here. See, gasification, plasma technology, these are all thermal processes that use high temperature to break down waste. Okay, so it's like waste you're converting to something which is better. So here see, it's given waste like firewood, coconut, all these things are converted into products like tar, methyl alcohol, acetic acid. So it can be used for something else. So that breaking down of waste into energy related thing using temperature is the one of the method. Okay, so why is it different? Like incineration is in the presence of oxygen and pyrolysis in the absence of oxygen. So remember these two keywords, it will be helpful again in future also. Okay, and waste to wealth was also there when 2019 current affair came, like PM science technology. There was a body kind of thing, which was a project kind of thing set up. So in that also one of the pointer was waste to wealth should be promoted. Okay, under the PM that project was there. So that is why it was again in news in May 2019 also, and it was asked in June 2019 prelims. So understand the importance of these kind of things. Okay, so by heart it now, waste to energy technologies. Now, very interesting and easy question if you do previous year questions, okay, because all these names were once or twice asked, okay, like Nilgiri and this Agastyamalai and all. So if you know the location of it, that is what they are checking. So you know there is a concept called biosphere. In India also there are around 18 biosphere, out of which 11 are recognized by UNESCO also. And Agastyamalai was, I think, second last, I think 2010 or 14 this was added. And now recently one more, I think Kanchenjunga was added as the 11th one. So it's a very important current affair every time it's in news. So here in our revision charts and test, it was in detail covered. Okay, here one MCQ is about Nilgiri biosphere. So in Nilgiri biosphere, what all comes we have taught you. So at least that if you know, you can eliminate the things and you can come to the answer. Okay, like here Mukurti and Mudumalai is there in Nilgiri. Okay, see 1, 2, 3, 4 is the answer. So here if you take, see here Mudumalai is there, eliminate. Here Mukurti is there, eliminate. Okay, and here Nagarjuna Sagar is there, which is in Andhra Pradesh, and that is here we have mentioned it. Okay, what all is there in Andhra Pradesh, what are there in Kerala. Agastyamalai is in Kerala. So like that, if you could eliminate these three, you could have come to the answer. Okay, or you have to directly study. You have to directly study like what comes under Agastyamalai. Like you studied Nilgiri, you have to study. So here if you see Neyar is the first word they have given, and this Neyar is, here we have given Neyar river passes through Agastyamalai. So if you know that also, directly you can solve. So elimination technique also will work. This also will work. That is the strength of good test series and good materials. Okay, when you study from the right sources, you would have already seen all the things and you can score 2 marks much faster in the exam hall. Other students may take some time to read all these things. You people, because you studied, you can directly eliminate and come to the answer. That is why solve very good test series in the next 50 days. Okay. So all these details are given, same thing what I explained. All these are different tests which we had, revision charts, current affair test, environment test, everywhere different screenshots I have taken. Now question number 78. This is a very interesting and easy question because they have simply tried to play with the word some. Okay, like some species of turtles are herbivorous, some species of fishes are herbivorous, some species of marine mammals are herbivorous, and some species of snakes are viviparous. Okay, so here these first three statements, with the common sense you can understand that this is 99% possible only. Like there can be fish which is only eating this veg kind of thing, and this one is eating this one only plants. Okay, so that is possible. So 1 2 3 you know, and if you see there is only one option where it is written 1 2 3 and 4. There is no other option like 1 2 3 only. With that itself you can fix your answer. But again, now to explain you the topic, like what is viviparous and what is oviparous, it's like one is egg laying and one is not egg laying. Okay, direct birth. So that is the definition. And this one in multiple current affairs, it is there all the time. Like in Western Ghats, one viviparous viper snake was discovered, or in Assam or Meghalaya something was discovered. So this keeps coming in news. It's not a very unfamiliar term for serious UPSC aspirant. This term you would have already seen. So some snakes are this thing. Okay, that means not egg laying. It is true. Okay, so as I told, either with the 1 2 3 you can directly come to the answer, or if you know the thing easily you can come to the answer. Okay, so this is one thing you should know, so that in next time you can do this. Okay, this is simply testing a student. Okay, so UPSC is not asking you any technical thing here. This is some means they don't even want you to tell the name of the fish or name of the turtle which are herbivores. They are just asking you whether it is possible or not. Okay, so that is common sense testing, and you have to get these questions and all. You should not skip. If you skip it, you will never reach the cutoff. Okay, because everybody will do this. Question number 79, again it's a current affair plus previous year question, mixed type question. Okay, because this Irrawaddy dolphin and Chambal River was multiple times asked in UPSC before. So you are supposed to study where are they or what are they. Okay, so one thing is like Chambal River is famous for Gharial crocodile. Okay, which was asked in 2017 or 18 prelims. So you are supposed to know where its location is. It is around the central west India. Okay, and you should know Irrawaddy where it is. Irrawaddy is in Myanmar actually. Okay, which is in the eastern side of India. So this matching itself is not correct. Okay, Irrawaddy dolphins are not found here. It is generally found in the east of India and East Asia, Southeast Asia. Okay, so 2 is wrong. If you eliminate 2, you directly get the answer. Okay, eliminate A, B and D. That is the only thing they were testing. But if you are good in current affairs, okay, this blue-finned Mercier fish, okay, it was critically endangered recently, and it is restricted to the Kaveri basin. It was a news item in 2018, and we had covered it. This is one of the screenshots from our test. Okay, below a photo is there. I think it is the picture you cannot see here, but it is in my test. Okay, so that if you know, you will know 1 is right. So you know 1 is right, you again are making sure about the answer. Okay, 1 and 3. And this rusty spotted cat, okay, which is actually not much in news, but earlier it was there, 2016-17 it was there, and it is not like only to Eastern Ghats, it's found almost everywhere in India. Okay, in western side, eastern side, southern side. So 3 is actually true. Okay, now you can at least by heart this, because it's asked by UPSC. It can again repeat after 2 years. So here 1 is true, it was a news. 2 is false, it is a previous year question, and 3 is true. Okay, so 1 and 3 only, that is the answer for this. So see, April news, it was April 2018 news, and Irrawaddy is a river in Myanmar. Okay, and this dolphin, as I told, in India it is in near Chilka. Okay, eastern side. See, environment set and April 2019 set. Last question for today. Why is there a great concern about the microbeads that are released into environment? So microbeads and microplastics, I think a mains question also came. So it was related to water pollution. Okay, so here the options, if you see, the first option itself is like that. It is considered harmful to marine ecosystems. Okay, the tiny beads like in cosmetics and all these things, there are microbeads, plastic microbeads, okay, microplastics. So that was there. A big Hindu article also was there. See, the India Today, I have taken a link here. So it was there, and so it causes water pollution. They are manufactured solid plastic particles of less than 1 millimeter in their largest dimension. They are most frequently made of polyethylene, but can be other petrochemical plastics such as polypropylene and polystyrene. They are used in exfoliating personal care products like toothpaste, this thing and all, because UPSC asked this. Okay, next year maybe they'll put a match the following, like left side will be microbeads and right side they will put like cosmetics. So it will be true. Okay, if they have asked, UPSC have asked in 2018 like that. Okay, like lead was their left side and lipstick was their right side, then MSG was their left side, and then that Chinese fast food was their right side. So they do that. Okay, things in news. So this is the 80th question. Now I will just tell you about the 2020 things. Others who are 2021 need not watch the remaining part of the video. So you want to revise any subject, okay, like I showed you, questions are coming from a test, okay, whether it be science, environment, geography, history, from everywhere question keeps coming. So if you want to revise anything, we have put a 50% discount because of this Independence Day thing and all till this month end. Okay, but the offer will be ending in next 3-4 days, but the series will be available. Okay, the subject wise series will be available till August 31. You can revise, or if you want only current affairs, because lot of questions come from current affairs, Right from 2016 onwards, we have the compilation for 4 years till this one. Okay, till the latest month, meaning the month I'm talking to you now, August, June, July, August. This 3 extra also we have included as a new package now. So you can decide and come back which one to buy. You can WhatsApp me. That is the easiest or fastest way you will get response from me. Okay, or come and like our Facebook page and put a comment in YouTube. Okay, so I'll come up with the next video soon. Enjoy your learning. Thank you and have a nice day.